what I'm going to go through here, it's on a manual on the Socrates website. So you can go to the website socrates.ie and it's in under resources, and there's the manual right there. Or you can look for the word STC over here on the right hand side and search for it there either. Or simpler again, you're on our Socrates home screen, scroll down ever so slightly, and you click on user guides and it'll bring you straight to the Socrates website. Right, so we will go through how to use this. So it's located in under My Control Panel, Finder tool. And on the left-hand side, STC Finder. Sorry, 1 second now. 2 seconds. Finder tool, STC Finder. So what the STC Finder tool does, it checks to see for all the notes that have a word in it that's associated with a possible STC. So I'll just show you here under configuration. So STC configure. So the first thing that you are going to do as a practice is going to go through your STC codes. Every practice is different. Your doctors and nurses will put in notes into your system that might be different to another practice. So we have sent off search code terms for you. So from here, if I look under A, the STC code A, when we do this search in here, it's going to look for these words in a person's notes in the last whatever time period that you search for. So if I was to search here, A, it will return bloods, cryo, freezing, nitrogen, etc. It will search for these words and return back a possible STC for these words. So everyone here, you can see there's AB, AC. So here's the STC codes for AB and AC. You'll notice that they're the same. 24-hour blood pressure monitor, so on. So from here, I have added one in here that I know that I don't want. I added this in earlier. If you don't want a search code, you highlight it and click on the red X beside it, and it's not going to search for that word. If, for example, LARC, in your practice, they might put in a different word when they're doing a marina insertion. They might write the word, these words, marina inserted, rather than the word marina insertion. So if I click on this plus sign here, it will now be one of the search words that it's going to return to see, have you wrote the word marina inserted in a note in our time period? Yeah, I have. So that's a possible AB. So you're going to go through all of these. You might have to have a conversation with your practice to say, oh, like, what words do you use here a lot of? Or you may already know yourself. I am just going to start an actual search here. So the ideal time to do this is, well, you can do it every day, but what we're going to do is this STC Finder tool also, you download a file from the PCRS, it's the itemized listing. You will be doing this every month anyway, and usually the HSE update that part of their website in the middle of the month. So 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th of a month. 18th is probably your ideal time to actually do this. So you're going to download the list, you're going to import it into your Socrates, and it's going to cross-reference all the notes that you've done in that time period to see, okay, here's the list that I'm after getting from the HSE. These are all the payments I've got. Check to see if they're in Socrates. They'll move into a paid list, and anything left over are ones that you may have missed last month. So I'm going to click on search here just to start off. I am happy with my configuration of my notes. So from here, the top part is got to do with searching for the words inside of your Socrates system. You have a few different options. You can go last month, or you can do last 2 months, last 3 months, custom date range. Now, it is the 19th of September at the moment. So last month is the month of August. And in the last day or so, you have gotten your itemized listing for the payments for August. So your itemized listing that you're after getting is dated September, but the payments are for ones that you uploaded in August. Depending on the time, you also might want to use custom. So I personally rather like using custom, so I can choose what area I want. So I want to know everyone from the 1st to the end of August. And then underneath it, this is the part where it imports your list from the PCRS. So you go to the PCRS website, go to your itemized listing, so the payments that you've received this month, and then you download it. And in mine, I've downloaded it to my downloads on my computer. So I'm going to go look for that. So I'm going to click on the button with the 3 dots. Over here is the download. And as you can see, it's got the year, the month, and the GMS number. So I'm going to double click on this, and I'm going to click on search. So as soon as I click search, what it's going to do is it's going to search for the search terms between the 1st of August and the end of August. And it's going to check to see the STC sheet that I'm after bringing in, the payment sheet, to see, oh, what on this list have I paid for? Now, just so you know, in my Socrates, I have very little in it. I didn't add in a lot because it's easier to explain if there's smaller amounts. So I'm going to click on search here. It's doing the whole search. And here it's returned a few items for me. So the first part here you can see is potential. So under potential, these are possible STCs that you can claim for going by our search words. We have 2 other sections called claimed and not claimable. We don't have anything in here just yet. You will be moving things into the section as you go. Then underneath it, you've got paid. So then it just basically checks to see, okay, what have I got paid for in that same time period that I've checked on the PDF itemized listing or pink sheet, what some people would know it by, to see what have I got paid for. So in my Socrates, I don't do a whole lot of STCs. So there's 1 paid, and I have, these are my potential STCs. So if we just look at these in more detail, we have a Susan, age, PPSN, doctor, and the note is that it's returned to say, oh, this is a possible code for either a CH or a CJ. So with this one, the reason why I came back was because of the search word coil. So if I just look at my configuration here for a moment, it's returned coil because if I look under CH, it found the word coil under CH. It also found the code in here for CJ. So that's the reason why I came back. So you as a person who does the STCs will have to go, okay, is that a CH or is it CJ? So that one would be the removal one. So that, because it's got the word removal in it, and it's not going to be a CH because that's for fitting it in. So what you will do is you will go along onto the PCRS website the way you normally claimed for vaccines, and or not vaccines, claimed for STCs. You can see here, this is just an example. You know what it looks like, but just so we're all on the same page. You got the area where you fill in your STC. You're going to do the same thing here. The handy thing here is you can copy and paste the item here. So I can copy this PPSN. So some people do not realize this, but with computers, you have the option of shortcuts on your keyboard to copy and paste items. So if I wanted to copy this, I basically highlight it, and on my keyboard, I press Control and C. And if I was to type that in somewhere, bear with me for a couple of seconds. There you go. If I was to paste what I'm after copying, I can then use the shortcut Control V, which is to paste. So Control V. So now, as you can see, it's after copying what I've copied. So some people are used to going right click copy, but you can't do that in Socrates. So what you do is you go Control C, copy in this GMS number now, and then I want to paste it, Control and V, and that's how you paste. So you're going to come along, PPSN, Control C, go on to the GP applications suite, and claim for your STC like normal. Then when you do it, you're going to go, okay, that is claimed for. So that means you have manually gone onto the PCRS website and claimed it. So claim. Then you come along here and then you've got another one here. So this one here, as you can see, Morris is here twice and John is here twice. They're the same patient. Why are they here twice? The reason for that is earlier on it was one or the other. This is you have a potential for both of these because of the word ECG. It's highlighted in red, and because of the 24-hour ABPM, it's also a claim for that. So other things here that you'll want to know is if you wanted to look at the consultation in more detail, you can double click on it and it brings you straight into the chart. Then you can look at the note and you can say, all right, ECG and 24 ABPM complete here, see results under documents. And if you go into documents and you realize, oh, sugar, they haven't actually done the 24-hour blood pressure monitor. Maybe they actually haven't done that part. You're going to go, oh, right, they've definitely not claimed for the ECG. You're going to go online, same thing as earlier, fill it in here. Then you're going to come along and you're going to say claimed for. Then you're going to go, oh, actually, they didn't, as I was saying, they didn't do that one. That might have been they just didn't actually do that one. You realize that was incorrect and you go, no, I'm not claiming for that one. Not claimable. So these two here, same thing again, ECG, ABPM, if you want to go into the chart, double click on it and you can go, oh yeah, both of those, you go on online, claim for both of them, and next month they'll come back on your panel listing. So from here, we have potential claimed. So I have said in my system that I've gone onto the PCRS website and I have claimed for this one and I've claimed for this one. Then when I go into not claimed, I've basically said, no, that's not actually claimable. That's not actually going to be claimed. It's gone into the not claimed section. And then the paid is the one from earlier. And let me just see here. The also useful thing here is you can use this on a daily basis just to see what potential STCs that you have for today or in the last week. So in a lot of practices, what might happen is the nurse or the doctor, or whoever it is, does an STC, sends it out to someone, practice manager, admin, whoever it is, and they are the ones that go and manually claim for them online. So you can then just check, well, okay, I'm after getting 10 STCs handed to me to fill in online, but I'm going to just cross-reference to see maybe there's more that they just haven't filled in the STC sheet for it. So I'm going to show you here. So you can run this on a daily basis, as I was saying. So I'm going to click on search. And from here, I'm going to go custom date range. I only want to do for today to the end of today. I'm not going to be importing any file because there is no file for me to import. I've already done it. And I'm going to click on search. So from here, I now have two extra potentials because Carmel and Charlotte have have notes in their chart that they're a potential STC to get done here. So marina removal, you can then go, oh, I'm not getting this pink sheet back, or I didn't get the STC sheet from anyone in the office here. I can claim for this one because it's a marina removal. You'll come along, go onto the website, fill it in, and then say, okay, I've claimed for that one. This one here, I did get the STC sheet from the person in the office, but it's still good to know that I have that one claimed for too. Check, I've that one claimed for. So yeah, you can do that at the end of every day, or if your practice does them once a week, you can do it from the date range from the beginning of the week to the end of the week. It's you can choose to use it whichever way you want. And maybe you don't want to do it at the end of the day. Maybe you just want to do it once a month and just do them all at the end to see what did I not pay for or get paid for, what did I forget to claim for. So yeah, that is that. So I'll go through some commonly asked questions. So, does the STC Finder work for private patients? So yes, it works for the contraceptive STC claims. So as you saw earlier, we had ones for those 2 female patients. We had this Susan lady. She was she had a PPSN number. She wasn't a GMS patient. She was private. When is the best time to run the STC Finder? The best time to run it would be around the 18th of a month, as I was saying. So whenever you get your itemized listing, you can download it, and usually it's around the 18th of that month. The other thing that we commonly get asked, is there a charge for using the STC Finder tool? No, it's just part of the system, no charge. There won't be a charge for it. How far back can I search for missing STC claims? So in the system, we have it set up that you can only go back a year. So if I go search, I can only search back as far back as a year. So if I go custom date range, and I just go back a few years, go search, it won't let me. And date range exceeds the maximum allowed duration of 12 months. So we just have that incorporated into the system just because it's just too much information to search for. It'll be very slow. So we've just limited it to 1 year. And when you're claiming for STCs that you've missed, you can only claim back 2 months, I think it is, on the PCRS website. So if you've missed a STC from January, you can't submit for it. You have to manually do that. Yeah, so one of the questions is why, I think I've gone through that here. The most common one there is why, I just go under claimed. So basically, why do you sometimes have a multitude of different STC potentials for the one note? And that is because of the fact that it's one of many of those. So that word could be for anything. So if I look for this one here, marina removal, CH, CJ. So if I just go configure, that's the CH word. So those are the words, and it came back with the word marina removal, marina insertion. So the reason why it came back was because of this word here. And if I look under CJ, that word also appears in here as well. So that's the reason why you have multitude of them. So it's one or the other. And when you have other ones, as I mentioned earlier, this one here, this is both. It's not one or the other. It's a potential. This one, is that claimable? Yes. Is that claimable? Yes. So it could be one. You could claim for both of them, depending if you are not depending on. You need to read the note, because sometimes a note will come in. So, for example, ECG, it might be, oh, ECG was done 6 months ago. That's not going to be claimed because that's just a reference in the word ECG. So yeah, you have to read your search results that come back. And I think that's the most commonly asked questions. Have I covered everything there, Sandra, Damien?
Finally, thanks a million for that. That was absolutely brilliant as always. Yeah, I think if you have any more questions, can people just direct them to me? That's sandra.murphy@clanwilliamhealth.com, and I'll be very happy to answer them for you.